Hi, everybody, wherever you may be from coast to coast and sea to shine and sea. Welcome back. This is Ham Radio Live.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You want paradise, but someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay.
Okay, everybody, all together now.
You know that you are as cold as ice to me.
Of course, there's a reason I'm playing the song, you know. Wherever you may be in this great big world, it's been a while since we played a pop song to start the show, but I thought, why not? It's perfect for the current conditions in the eastern United States. What do you say we spin the top and say, away we go? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Shack in Florida. My name's Larry Dio. My call sign, Amateur Radio's Kilo 7 Hotel November. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. It's great to have you here on a Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Going to be kind of a short show. I'm still getting over this. Doctor thankfully put me on some antibiotics, which I'm very grateful for. Gosh, this just dropped me. Yeah, anyway, it's been quite a bit of fun. And there's a reason we played Cold as Ice to start the show. Now, most of you know that sunny Florida is usually kind of warm, right? And it's a common misconception among Northerners that it's just nice and warm always down here. It kind of depends on your perspective. 61 does seem warm to a lot of folks, especially right now in the north. It's so cold. It's like not above freezing, not warm at all, period. But here in Florida, people take vacations this time of year to just get away from the brutal cold. Look at Sunday here. A low of 20 degrees. That shatters records here. It's very, very bad. And when you add the wind on top of that, this is the wind component, gusts up to 33 miles per hour. Look at the feels like temperature at midnight Sunday night. Yes, that's you're seeing correctly. 9 degrees above zero in Central Florida. No kidding. That's coming up here on Sunday morning. Ooh. People have got all their yards just covered in like tarp and sheets and all kinds of stuff to protect the tropical foliage. You know, we're only, believe it or not, we're only 5 degrees away from the Tropic of Cancer right here. And we're going to have frozen temperatures again. It has been crazy this week with cold. It's good to see you guys. Man. You know, the states have been rocked with winter weather. This past weekend was just awful, and it just continues for a lot of folks. Let's find out who's first, second, third, and we'll welcome y'all in. First up, it's been a while, and he came back and did the thingy all over again. Our dear friend Cliff Bolts from the Commonwealth, Virginia. Whiskey Delta 4, Oscar Bravo. Papa, you're first. Give him a beep beep, please.
Meep, meep.
Hi, Cliff. Welcome. You did it, buddy. Welcome. First place. I'm proud of you, buddy. Yes. Cliff May. And poor Cliff, he's kind of caught in that cold grip of winter as well there in Virginia. Same as Tony and Wicked Loud One, man. How many inches of snow did you get? Or should I ask, how many feet of snow did you get here? Second place today, man. Hi, Tony. Good to see you, buddy. Goodness sakes. Terrytown, Maryland there, checking in. Jeff joins us all the way from Ontario, and this is freezing cold there. I mean, they're talking about it's warmer inside their freezers than it is outside. No kidding. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Juliet. Let that sink in. It's warmer inside the freezer in their house than it is when they go outdoors. Man, Jeff. Oh, spring is coming, buddy. Spring is coming. I promise we're going to get spring soon. Robert Varner joins. Hi, Robert. New Jersey, another state that got rocked. They got over about 20 inches up there in some places. Man, Kilo Charlie 2 Tango Echo Lima. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you, Robert. Man, we just been hit and say, there's another state. It's like you just go, another state, just over and over again. Because this past weekend, everything from about Colorado to the East Coast was frigid. It was bad. Not like that normally here in the States, but it is a winter to remember. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India, Mike, Bill, it's good to see you. Welcome and a happy Thursday to you, sir. There's our dear friend Walt. We're going to feature Walt today on this show. It's good to see you, Walt. Walt's a good friend of this channel, and thank you for letting me use that video clip. It's really good. You know, there are so many different facets of radio, and I know the name of the channel is Ham Radio Live, but we talked about a lot of different radio types here too, right? Shortwave, medium wave, long wave today. And Walt did a great video on that. And if you haven't seen it, please go to his channel. It's really worth a great watch and a learn and a listen as well. Because folks in Europe, it's just always been there. But here in the States, long gone, way a long time ago, Longwave Radio left us here. But in Europe, in places around North Africa, some places in Asia, Longwave still exists. And Walt's got a good video that he's been gracious enough to let us share on the channel. Big applause for Walt. Hey, Walt, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming to the channel today. Man, I'm great to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Roger McKeon and Maggie sitting watching in the cold of Spokane, Washington. Kilo Juliet 7 Lima X-Ray. Thanks for coming. Our friend, original Grant Bob, is here as well. Thank you for coming today. And Bill Myers with a little weather report from frigid Wisconsin, minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. That's when you breathe. Listen, seriously, if you've never been through cold like this, that's when you take a breath in and your nose hairs freeze. No kidding. It's true. Like, okay, too much information, right? It really happens. It's like, wow, this is crazy. I've heard stories, but I've never thought I would be here. Welcome to the winter there, Bill. Man, geez, this is terrible compared to what's normally been. And yeah, Walt with the news, bomb cyclone. And what that means is it's like when it's the barometric pressure of a storm when it goes from like one level all the way down to one other level in like 24 hours. It's a huge change in like your barometric pressure, which means that low pressure is coming in, and it's a lot of moisture, a ton. And where Walt's at, they're right in the bullseye of what could be a catastrophe this weekend. Keep Walt in your prayers. This is a serious thing. Big deal. He talks about here bomb cyclone, which is bubbling, by the way, just west of us here in the beautiful Gulf of America, or whatever it's called today. Anyway, it's supposed to come like cross over Florida, up the East Coast, and stop right there around Virginia. And oh, they're in trouble. If it does happen, this could be really bad. He says, bomb cyclone and 12 inches of snow on its way here in Virginia Beach this weekend. Yes. Salty, Walt, Hudson, Kilo Golf, Oscar Golf, Kilo 4, Oscar Golf, Oscar. Oh, man. Good luck. Jeez. Yeah. This is like when you normally have these storms, you talk about like cities like New York. Boston got hit with almost 2 feet of snow on Sunday. Man. Ohio Valley. Oh man, Ohio, Indiana. It was incredibly bad. And they were telling people, don't go out. Don't just stay home, build a fire, watch football, have some food. And people were going out, getting stuck in all the traffic, having to be pushed out of snowdrifts. Oh man, I've never seen anything like it. It's like, get off the road. It's simple. Get off the road. Terrytown, Maryland checks in with 14 degrees, and there's Jackoman all the way from Scotland. Big applause for Scotland, please. We love our Scottish friends. Good to see you, Jack. Man, thank you. Thank you for coming again today. Jack Mohan. Sorry about that. Thanks for coming. A very happy Thursday afternoon to you. I guess it'll be evening to you there in Scotland. Oh, I want to go to the UK. I want to see Scotland and Ireland. I really do. I've just seen pictures and I want to see the real thing because, it's one of those things. Today we're going to have a fun show. But first of all, if you'd like to get in amateur radio, oh boy, talk about getting way off on side there. Contact a local radio club to get licensed. It's simple. It's a lot of fun. This is a great hobby. On cold winter nights, you can be by the warmth of your radio and work the world. It's great. But you need the help of a local ham radio club to help you get licensed. If you don't know where the club is, reach out to someone like the American Radio Relay League at www.arrl.org. Click on the Contact Us bar. Just tell them you want to get your ham license and where in the world you live. They'll look through their online database of amateur radio clubs worldwide. They'll send one back to you in an email. Contact that club and they'll help you get licensed. www.arrl.org. Got a show email, info@hamradiolive.org, a little Facebook page. And today's topic question, what's the radio that got away? What did you like about it? This is, why did you like? Well, there you go. Larry spelled again.
Now, I say, cut that out. What's it all about, boy? Elucidate.
What did you like about it? Just interesting how English language is... Anyway, yeah, there you go. What did you like about it? Think you'll get it again? Talk about it. Let's find out about the radio that got away on today's program. QRZ conditions. Yep, we're going down again. SFI down to 133. Sunspot number 117. A-index still a little elevated from some high numbers on the K the last 24 hours, but still decent. We've got a negative BZ latitude again, which is normal for winter. Most of the sun's energy goes in the south of the equator, and so we end up getting a lot of fading on the bands, and there's a lot of fade today on signals. Geomagnetic field's unsettled, but it's going to be getting much, much quieter, so hang in there with that. Sunspots regions, there's not a whole lot of the cavalry to come in here and help to save those 5 sunspots that are going to come off the east face of the sun there. And there's only 3 right now and possibly 2 more, but there's just no large active one. So expect solar flux index numbers to continue to tumble the next couple of days. I think we might reach around 100 to 110, but right about there is where we're probably going to end up being. Maximum usable frequency map, about 50 degrees north still for 10 meters. It'll work you all the way down to minus 40 degrees. So folks in the southern hemisphere, you can almost work all the way through Argentina on 10 during midday in the north. But, just work the bands that work well for you, and you'll know when you turn your radio on what you're hearing and how far it is, and you hopefully will be able to make that call out there in the world. Our forecast coming up for the weekend. I can't do a show on Friday, so this will have to do. For ham radio daytime, solar flux index numbers drop the next few days, but we will have quieter band conditions through the weekend. Best EX going to be on 15, and I would say 20 and 17. This says 12 and 10. Let's go with 15, 17, and 20. Probably your golden bands. All modes are going to be open from 20 down to 10. Nighttime amateur radio, lower SFI means 20 meters only going to work for a little while past sunset. Make sure to transition down to 30 and 40 and 80 meters, 160 if you've got a big enough antenna for it. And good conditions will be there to make some decent calls for you. Shortwave listeners, daytime shortwave. The good news with lowering SFIs is we're getting quieter band conditions. So much quieter on bands below 10 megahertz. Good conditions 31, 25, 22, 19, 15, and 13. Nighttime shortwave, lower SFIs means signals just aren't going to be as strong as they were last weekend. So more weak signals expected this weekend, but you can still DX them and be able to hear them quite well. Shortwave nighttime, 120, 90, 75 meters, 60, 49, 41, and 31. Now those are going to be quieter than they were last weekend because our geomagnetic field is much quieter. So 31 to 120 are going to be a quieter band condition system. So you'll do better there. And then as you move up past 10 megahertz, 25, 22, and 19 meters will be really good for you to work. Top DX band is going to be 60, 49, 41, 31, and maybe 25. That's probably about as good as you're going to get on the amateur radio bands, right? Let's take a look also at the contest calendar coming up for the weekend. There are a couple of contests coming up that might interest you. There is a North American sideband sprint contest. It starts at 0 UTC on Sunday, and it runs through about 4 UTC Sunday. So really, that's the definition of a typical sprint in amateur radio. So there you go. Also, this weekend is the UBA-DX contest for sideband. Starts at 12 UTC Saturday, runs through 12 UTC Sunday, and this is out of Belgium. So a lot of Belgians, the Hollands are going to be out there working the bands. Work some folks from Belgium. You'll make some good calls out there, and try and do really well. Also, by the way, the Morse code QSO party for the Marconi Club is this weekend. It's going to start Sunday at 8, pardon me, that's wrong. It'll start at 12 UTC, and run through 23:59 UTC on Sunday. So that's your contest for the coming weekend. Special events, we've got again that AM operating event that's coming up February 6th through the 9th, all right? That's going to be from 0 UTC on the 6th through 7 UTC on the 9th. Whiskey Alpha 1 Quebec India X-Ray is the call sign, and this is going to be a lot of folks running AM. You might hear Joe Walsh doing this, possibly, if you listen quite a bit. And it's going to be on 160 at 1.895 megs, on 75 at 3.880, 40 at 7.290, and 20 at 14.286 megahertz. Also on the 14th, don't forget, the 6th annual Pluto Discovery anniversary happens on the radio. There's Pluto. Call sign Whiskey 7 Papa. That's Whiskey 7 Papa. There are currently 19 de-expeditions going on around the world. Can you believe that? 19 of them. Here's just a couple of them. I'll give you let's go with 4, right? Benin, call sign Tango Yankee 5 Golf Golf. That's Tango Yankee 5 Golf Golf. Runs through February the 6th. This is going to be HF using a spider beam, working most of the HF bands. I'd say probably you're going to work on 40 through 10 on that one. But look for the call sign Tango Yankee 5 Golf. And you still have a little bit of time to work Grenada. That runs through February 18th. That's going to be call sign Juliet 38 Whiskey Golf. Juliet 38 Whiskey Golf. This is mostly going to be an FT8 de-expedition. 160 to 6 meters there. And that'll be fun if you want to work that one. Call sign Juliet 38 Whiskey Golf. Also, Barbados, 8 Papa 9 Charlie Bravo. We talked about that last time, didn't we? Yeah, Shady Cove, Oregon. And that's 20 to 10 sideband Morse code only on that one. Tanzania, hard to get. That's going to be through the 17th of February. 30 to 10 Morse code sideband. Look also, PSK 31 and FT8. This is rare they do PSK 31 on a de-expedition. Call sign 5 Hotel 3 Delta X-Ray. Easy to remember. 5 Hotel 3 Delta X-Ray. And let's throw in Rwanda. That's not a common one. Runs through February the 8th. 9 X-Ray 2 Alpha Whiskey. 9 X-Ray 2 Alpha Whiskey. 160 to 6. They're running sideband Morse code FT8 and FT4. Look ahead at your de-expeditions. Look at tons of these things. By the way, last show I said Cape Verde Islands off the northeast coast of Africa. That's totally very incorrect.
And now, a Larry moment.
It's off the northwest coast of Africa. Well, northeast, northwest, potato. Anyway, the Cape Verde Island, Delta 4 Victor Romeo. It's a good island on the air, Africa 005, and they're hoping to run the HF bands. No other information is available on that at this time. Let's go to the topic question real quick. I don't have a ton of voice here, but I do want to be able to converse with you about this. The radio that got away, and there it is again. What did you like about it? Let me know in the comment section. We'll make it part of the show. This is where we get story time, which I enjoy. Makes it fun. And for me, that's always good to have. A little fun. Spike in Montana joins the show. Hi, Spike. We got no snow here in Montana. It's going to be 60 degrees. Who wants to buy my snowmobile?
I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm wealthy. Yahoo!
He's wealthy. Very good.
I'm comfortably well off. Woohoo!
No kidding. 60 degrees in Montana. That's great. Man, Spike, enjoy every minute of that. That's even Tony. Tony just put a period there. I don't want to talk about it. Aaron Lutz, welcome. Good to see you too, buddy. Good afternoon. Victor Echo 5 Echo Mike Lima. Victor Echo 5 Lima Golf. And Spike says, FT 857 should have got one. Now they cost an arm and a leg. An FT 857. Yeah. Some of these radios, they're really amazing because, they were affordable and then they go out of production. And then the rarity of some of them can be just like people want them because they lasted long. They were good workers. They were excellent in terms of their servicing and they were just reliable, right? And then they're gone. It's like, wow. Yeah, that's a good one. The 857 was a great radio, Spike. Thank you. That's a good comment. Thank you. Chris joins us all the way in the UK. Thank you for being here. Golf 7, Victor Echo Oscar. This afternoon, Larry, I heard an AI robot running a pileup on 20 meters this afternoon. Are you kidding? No way. Are you serious? Wow. Can you imagine that? 5-9. Thank you for your call.
Well, thanks, Larry. We'd have a penny for your thoughts, but I'm broke.
QRZ. Wow. Am I having a Larry moment or is this a thing? I don't know, man. That's really wild to me. I can't. It's like the wildest thing I can imagine. Somebody just doing. Can you imagine? Like if your call say, I'll just do mine. Kilo 7 Hotel November. QRZ. Whiskey 6 Bravo Tango Radio. Whiskey 6 Bravo Tango Radio. 5-9. Then stops. And the next thing, okay, 59 here in China. Thank you. 73, thanks for calling. QRZ. Wow. If we start getting AI working ham radio, we got a serious problem here.
I don't
Seriously.
think this boy's got all his marbles.
'Cause you
Shakes
lose
his
it.
head when he means yes, nods when he means no.
When you're running ham radio, you've got to, there's a personality involved. Even a Morse code operator is known for their fist, right? And they just send beeps and dashes. Oh man, don't make AI take over ham radio.
On with the show, this is it.
Don't do it. It's going to destroy this thing. Man. Oh well. Elias, he says, I wish I would have picked up a Yaesu 818 before they discontinued it. Call sign Kilo India 5 Union Tango Sierra. Thank you. That's a good comment. The Yaesu FT 818. Did you ever own one? I was curious. I'm just curious. That sounds. I've heard a lot about the 818. Good radio. Good expedition radio. Good for working. I think Charlie has one and loves it too. Joshua, by the way, Papa Juliet 2 November Delta. Thanks for coming. He said, Papa, no, wait, sorry. Joshua says, PJ2ND is a de-expedition? I got them on Morse code a couple of days ago and had no idea. You just got it, buddy. Congratulations. Good for you, man. Walt, Kilo 4, Oscar Golf Oscar, 1975, 13-year-old me got a realistic Navajo TRC-30A CB base station. I have no idea where it ended up after leaving home, but that's the radio that got away. Very sentimental to me. Thank you, Walt. Your first radio is always, it's a big deal. That's the one you kind of grew with. I remember I had this old Radio Shack product too, same thing. It was a little base station, only worked on channel 14. You could pick up the other 22 channels. At that point, it was only, CB was 23 total, but counting channel 14, right? Okay, so 23 channel CB. But you could only transmit 1 watt on channel 14. And then it also had this little red gear. It was plastic. It was awful. Anyway, I had a buddy who was like 10 blocks from my house. We could never hear each other. Had the whip antenna, It was like, can you hear me, Dale? Can you hear me? Nope. Can't hear you. He'd call me on the phone. Did you hear me? Nope. Can't hear you. Did you hear me? Nope. Can't hear you either, Larry. Oh, well. It was 1 watt. What can you do with it? Joshua, wait. Have you done the G90 Mars mod? It's super easy. Take the top cover off and look for diode with white triangle arrow pointing to it. That's interesting. A little bit of modding going on here today in the show. That's good. Tony, folks, remember to hit that like. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Yes. Aaron Lutz says, ICOM 756 Pro 3, my old friend and mentor's radio, just didn't have the cash at the time, and his family needed the funds, so totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. Yeah. You know, I had a 756 Pro 3 too, and I loved it. That was a great radio. I didn't want to lose it, but I wanted to get a different radio, and I needed to sell it. Anyway, you get the point. That's a good radio. Aaron, thank you. Yeah, the 756 Pro 3. Chris, he's got a recording of it on his YouTube channel of the AI thing. We got to go over we got to go find his channel and play that clip. That'd be fun to do. What's the name of your YouTube channel? We'll play it on. Can I play it? Is it okay if I play it? That'd be funny as heck. I'd love that, actually. Oh, well. And Pat's got a good comment here. By the way, Pat, welcome. I'm Larry. Good to meet you. Call sign Kilo 7, Hotel November. It says FT818 is my Summit on the Air radio. Love it. His call sign Kilo Charlie 2, Whiskey Lima Romeo. Great comment. Thank you. Yeah, the 818. That's what Charlie uses too. He loves that radio. Charlie at Red Summit loves that radio, which is really darn cool. Let me get some QSOs that we've made their recordings, so they're not live. And then we're going to talk about Longwave Radio. We don't talk about Longwave anymore. We talk about Shortwave from time to time. We do talk about DX, and we talk about HF, VHF, super high frequency. We talk about all that stuff, but we don't talk about Longwave. We'll do that in a moment. First, a few QSOs from the shack here in Florida.
7-3, have fun.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Absolutely, 7-3, have fun.
7-3, yeah, you just started to come back up there now.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Kilo 7, give it to me again.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Kilo 7, November.
Negative. Kilo 7, Hotel November. Kilo 7, Hotel November. QSL.
Kilo 7, Hotel November. Larry, in Florida?
That's a Roger. You are very good. Larry in Florida, and you're a 54 here.
Yeah, I got you 44.
That's Ottawa, Ontario right there. Here's
I
one
will
to
take that.
Here's one to
antenna's only
Germany, guys. Massive fading today. The BZ latitude, which basically is, if you took a look at the sun's energy hitting the Earth's surface, how much of it is hitting from the equator north compared to the equator south? Now, if it's mostly going towards the south, like it is today, it's a minus 9.5. That means most of the sun's energy is heading towards the southern hemisphere. It makes radio signals much more fading on the HF bands. Let's take a listen to it here on 17 meters. Okay, we're going to zoom forward. Sorry about that. DX73. This is Germany.
7.
Very tough to make the call. You could hear how weak the guy is, but this will give you an idea of just how much fading there was. Kilo 7, Hotel November. Kilo 7, Hotel November. Kilo 7. Now my filter's
Honduras,
at 2.5 kilohertz
Norway.
wide, so it's
QSL?
narrow. Negative. Kilo 7. Kilo 7. Hotel November. Kilo 7. Hotel November. QSL, Kilo 7, Hotel November, 5151, Central Florida. Thank you. He gives me a 59.
Thank you
good.
so much. A lot of QSB,
Next,
and you're in the
Slovenia. Here we go.
I got Delta 49, November, Lima, whiskey, correct?
move down for DX.
Okay, Delta 49.
As the day gets older,
from here, Slovenia from here is about 6,000 miles. Quite a long call, so it's a bit weak. Here it is.
4 kilohertz, really, but it makes all the difference in the world still. You can still work DX towards Europe because they are able to still work on 17 meters.
Just need a little opening.
Okay, very good. Thanks for the QRP QSO. We're going to enjoy the opening and also landing transfer 73. Take care of you. I'm sure 51 Denmark access.
Kilo 7, Hotel November.
Okay, 7 Hotel November, floor battery, thank you. 5 Sage, 5 by 8 with me. Got it. Okay.
Thank you. 58 with QSB. Appreciate your time and good luck to you.
Okay, got you through it. I'm happy to get you, Barry. Kilowatt and a half, I have 5 elements, monovan, Yankee. 73, all the best in Florida, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm just grateful you heard me. My antenna's only a meter off the ground, so thank you for the call.
Copy good, 73, see you later. I'm sure 51 Denmark Express.
There we go. One more. Trying to work Sean in the UK. We'll see if we can make the call.
CQ Europe. This is Kilo 7 Hotel
But
November.
we're going to stop there.
Kilo-
I forgot that video is not what I expected it to be. We'll be done. I was calling CQ, and that was a bit of a long video. Today's topic question: what's the radio that got away, and what did you like about it? I'll tell you mine. There's actually two. I liked my, and this is going to surprise people, but I'm honest with people too. I liked my my Yaesu FTDX 101 MP. I really did. Loved it. The VC tune was great. I liked what it did. The other one that got away was my ICOM 756 Pro 3. That was just a fun radio. It was hard to turn that radio off. That's what I loved about it. That's the reason I won't get rid of my 7610. No. I mean, I'll lose every other piece of gear I have, but I won't lose that radio because I know what it's like to lose a radio you love, and I won't lose this one. But the 756 Pro 3, while being like from today's technology behind, right? Because it was different technology back then. It was still great, and it was easy to use, and it just invited you to work it. Gosh, I loved that radio. Aaron, you said the same one, so I'm glad someone else said the Pro 3. Thank you. That's good. Oh, the Pro 3. Gosh, it was fun. Man, what a fun radio. All right, let's get Rob in here too. Rob in freezing New Jersey. Welcome. Good to have you, Rob. Thanks for coming. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Rob. Thanks for coming. Call sign Kilo 2, Whiskey Romeo Delta. Bill in Wisconsin says, today's topic question, I wish I had my dad's Hallicrafters DX100? Whoa, that's a nice piece of gear. Remember, back then, most of the gear you had receivers and transmitters. They were not one in the same box. They were separate. And his dad had the DX100 receiver. He spent countless hours listening to it when I was a young lad. No idea where it went after I left home for college. Wow. That's really cool. There's a couple of things there in that comment I think are really special. It has the tenderness of being with dad listening to the radio. How could you not love radio yourself when you're young and you get that impressionable moment with dad, right? That's a great comment, Bill. Thanks for sharing that part. And also the fact that he spent time listening to it as well. See, it's a receiver, so he can turn it on, he can enjoy it, work the world, have fun listening to calls, and just enjoy the dad's radio, you know? It's not like you got to worry because he's got the transmitter on. He doesn't have a just a receiver. But what a receiver that was. That's a nice comment. Thank you Bill, thank you. That's a nice comment. I like that one. Indeed, that's a good story to it as well. Ricky joins us, oh man, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii. Aloha kakakiaka, my friend. Good to see you, Ricky. Thanks for coming. What a treat it has to have a Hawaiian here in our house today. Thank you for coming, truly. Wow. Love to be in Hawaii. Here I am in Central Florida. I'm like, man, it's not warm here.
What is going on here?
It's winter. It's way too cold. It's crazy cold here. Man. Ricky, aloha and welcome. Kavartman, hello there, my friend. Kilo Echo 2 Golf, Kilo Echo 2 Golf Delta. Welcome to the show. Good to have you, buddy. Man. Oh, man. Well, Sugar 5-1 Denmark X-Ray. Yeah, that was fun. That was neat to make that. Spike, when did I become an extra? When I got my license, actually. True. Yeah, when I did. And Janice, great operator. Yeah, Sierra 51 Delta X-Ray. I like that call. You know, I also like, oh gosh, mine went blank. Sorry. Colorist. Now I'm going to look it up. It's going to drive me nuts because I love his call sign. Hang on a second. I'm going to just look it up because I know the call sign by heart. And there it is. Thank you so much. It's Peter's call sign, Golf 4 BBC. Such a great call. Really is. And also Sierra 51 Delta X-Ray. What a great call. You got DX in your call. Amazing. The radio that got away. What'd you like about it? Let us know in the comments section today, and we'll make it part of the show. Good stuff you guys are saying here. And Joshua, 6 repeats. That's a big 5-9. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that funny, right? Kilo 7 November. Kilo 7 November Hotel. Gotcha. 59. I love that. It's like sometimes I try hard not to laugh when that happens, right? You get the call something like 4 times, and the guy says, 59 here. What? Really? Okay. Thanks for the signal report. Appreciate it, mate. That's good. Thank you. 59. Well, it's easy to remember. Oh, boy. Kavartman, I started with a Malahit SDR receiver with loop antenna. That's really cool. I've never heard of that before. Wow. Send me a picture of that to our email address. Can you that? I'd love that. info@hamradiolive.org. info@hamradiolive.org. I'd love to see that. I would. A Malahit SDR receiver with a loop. That's cool. Sunan, welcome. Sierra Mike 4 Papa Echo Lima joins us. Hello, Sunan. Welcome. Good to see you. That's Peter, I think, if I remember right. Gotta look it up for sure. I'm going to check because that's what Larry does. Because otherwise, I don't know. And it makes me feel bad. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Sierra Mike 4 Papa Echo Lima. Here we go. Sierra Mike 4 Papa Echo Lima is going to be Peter, I'm sure. Yep, Peter Sundstrom. Thank you, Peter. Welcome to the show. By the way, I love your picture. Peter, I love your picture on your QRZ page. It's really nice. It's cool to see the radio and the screen like that. It's neat. I like being able to see that. Joshua, I think he meant 5 minus 9 minus 4, like FT8 and everything. It's funny. Stop. Please stop. I'm going to start coughing and then it's going to get really bad in here. Jeez. You don't want that. Because I can't stop. Chris, in the UK, as a teenager, I had a here we go. Grundig Shortwave Radio. I used to listen to radio stations, but it got away as I took it to pieces and couldn't assemble it again. Didn't we all? We all did that with something, right? The toaster, mom's vacuum. Wrenching away. What are you doing? I'm fixing it. What's wrong with it? Was it working just fine? Nope. I heard a noise. I was watching an episode. This is totally off topic, but I thought, well, I'd share with you. The last few days, when you're not feeling good, you watch like things, right? Like YouTube, whatever. So I did that. I binge watched a little bit of Jay Leno's Garage. I love that show because he's got all these really cool cars and he, drives them and all that stuff. Anyway, this guy's driving this car. It's a 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. They were called the Judge anyway. So he's driving it, and the first time I heard the car go by, I go, oh, it's got an exhaust leak. And I'm waiting. I'm going, I wonder if they're going to say anything about it. And literally a minute later, he goes, well, yeah, it's got a little bit of an exhaust leak there. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But it was beautiful. It came from Hawaii. It was a car that had been in somebody's garage for like 20 years in Hawaii. It didn't have any rot in it. The interior was perfect, just beautiful. If you get a chance, watch that one. It's 1970 GTO, the Judge on Jay Leno's Garage. It was fun. Anyway, no, I love the idea with the Grundig radio. I've had multiple Grundigs. Grundig went through a huge change when they went more towards Eaton. That was a big deal because then they lost all that quality. Grundig radios are a huge radio to have if they're like 10, 12 years old and older because they're so well built. Chris, thank you for that. Appreciate your comment. Thank you. This is great. And since we're getting into the idea of taking stuff apart and everything, my mom said, stop taking stuff apart in this house. I'm not kidding. I did too much of that. This is a good comment. This is 7Beer7. Hello, all. As a kid, I took a couple of radios and calculators apart. Should have saved them. That's great. And his call sign, Alpha Kilo 6, Quebec, India. Wow, I like that. Thank you. Nice call. I like that. Hang on. Alpha Kilo 6, Quebec, India. Just a second. We gotta look because I have a feeling. Oh boy. Hang on. Let me make sure I got the right call. Okay. Alpha Kilo 6, Quebec, India. That is Satbeer, all the way in California. Welcome. It's good to see you. I'm Larry, Kilo 7 Hotel November. It's good to have you here on Ham Radio Live. What a treat. Thanks for coming today. I love when people come, first-timers and all that. And I love when they tell stories, too, because that's like us. Hams do that. You don't even think so? The ham, like, they're the people who took apart stuff when they were kids, and they had all these extra parts when it was left over. And it's like, oh, it'll be just fine.
On with the show, this is it.
It's not fine. It doesn't work. We all did it. I'm sure of that. All right, let me go to the next segment here. This is going to be fun. I hope you enjoy it. Take this smile off my face. Trying to be serious, Larry, now. Okay, so we talk about radio a lot, right? And we talk about like ham radio, and we talk about shortwave, and we talk about the history, different stations. But we don't talk often about longwave, and it's a dying part of our band. It really is. Unfortunately, longwave radio is really dying around the world. There's not many left. And for folks in Europe, you're really in a good spot because you have Poland, you have, I believe you have Germany as well. And if you're really got good conditions, you can hear Morocco. And so there's some good stations close by and you can hear them. And if you on your radio, if you can't hear them, go to WebSDR. There's a great video that I only have a little section of that Walt did, and he talks about longwave radio. The neat thing about longwave, if you've not been familiar with longwave, it's part of the lower end of our radio spectrum. Okay? HF, remember, is basically it's 3 to 30 kilohertz. That's what we call it, right? 3 to 30 megs, 3 to 30 megs. And below that is going to be your medium frequency on this list. We also call it AM here in the States. That's going to run from about 1710 kilohertz down to 530 kilohertz. Below 530, when you get into that area about 480 or so, 450, down to like 100 and change, you're in longwave. And longwave was cool because longwave radio allowed you to work. You can hear the station as good during the day as you would during the night. That's the beauty of longwave. Longwave signals were much longer. They weren't tight together like when you get high on 10 meters on HF. These are waves that go really like this. They penetrate concrete walls. They're able to get through mountains and all the stuff. As long as you're close enough to hear the signal, you'll hear it the same day and night because it's a ground wave. It doesn't go up to the ionosphere and refract down. It works along the ground. And Longwave's been around for a long, long time. And the stations are far and few between. Walt Hudson from Coastal Waves and Wires has a great video on YouTube that I can only show you a snippet of because I can only share so much of my videos up to my computer. That's what the problem is. It's not a terribly long video. It's not going to take you forever to hear the rest of this, but it's worth watching. Here's Walt talking about Longwave. Maybe in Europe, you're used to it. Here in the States, you don't know maybe about it. Here's Walt. Sorry for the beginning. This is how to scrub this.
Amateur radio call sign K4OGO. I'm an American that's currently working in Poland. I'm here enjoying some time when I'm off, playing around with radio while I'm here in Europe. And one of the cool things that we can't experience in the United States that you can hear is broadcast long-wave radio. Well, here's my experience with it. Stick around. Okay, just a quick disclaimer for my friends that aren't in the States or other parts of the world. Try not to chuckle too hard. You know, this is something we don't experience in the United States, and not being broadcast long-wave radio. What I've done since I've been here is I picked up a really cool little portable radio here. It's actually made in Poland. Cool little radio. It's called an Ultra Besa. It is, the model number is 205, and it's pretty cool. I actually got it for just 80 zloty, and 80 zloty right now is about $15 US. So pretty cool. Has a ferrite bar antenna across the top here. So if you're familiar with AM broadcast type radios, that's what it is. For those of you, my American friends that aren't familiar with longwave radio, longwave is down below the AM band. So you know how our AM at home is like 530 up to 1700 kilohertz. This is down a little bit lower in the range. This is actually 148.5 to 283.5 kilohertz. So it's a band below our own AM radio band. So I've enjoyed some pretty cool listening. I'll give you a quick blurb and rundown of some of my receptions that I have, and you can see the type of reception and what I got. One thing about long-wave radio is that these are ground waves you're receiving, not the normal, like a shortwave of a skip. These things travel, they're ground waves. So when you get these, they're going over and around obstacles to get to you. A little bit different than listening to shortwave DX, but still pretty cool. For those of you that say, hey, I'm in the United States, what do I care about long-wave radio? Well, you can get on a web SDR.
This is very important. Listen to what he's telling you, and it's a specific SDR out of the Netherlands. That's how you can do it, and it works. Listen carefully.
And actually take control of a European radio and listen. There's quite a few web SDRs out there that actually will tune down into this part of the radio spectrum. Towards the end, I'll give you a quick a glimpse at that and show you one of my favorite SDRs. And those for you that aren't familiar with web SDR, this isn't internet radio. This is you taking control of a radio in another part of the world and tuning in and listening. So I'll go over that just briefly towards the end of this. But right now, here is a quick rundown of some of the receptions I've picked up here in Poland.
Til DR's langbølgesender på 243 kHz. Om lidt sender vi vejrmelding fra DMI. Du kan altid høre den seneste vejrmelding, hvis du ringer til DMI på telefon 1853.
Przed startem etapu wycofał się dotychczasowy wicelider Słoweniec Primož Roglič, który ucierpiał we wtorek w kraksie. Liderem pozostaje Belg Remco Evenepoel. W piłkarskiej Lidze Mistrzów włoskie kluby
The greatest artist The greatest songs. RTE Gold. The greatest. RTE Gold. RTE Radio 1 with RTE Gold.
If former President Lula returns to office.
Well, that's what he's been promising in his approach to the environment. It might not be what many people wish because he's in favor of the...
Okay, that's the end I could get. I couldn't go any further, and I'm so sorry. Longwave is great to listen to still today, and there is a web SDR that you can use, but only certain ones. The Kiwis, they won't do it that I can see. At least I've looked, and I've tried to find them that'll go down low enough in frequency to be able to pick up a long wave signal. Let me move you to a new scene, all right? And we're going to just do this real quick. I'm going to have to change the scene just a little bit so that you don't see the radio on right now. And I'm going to go to a share screen so you can kind of see what this looks like here. This is the site that Walt shows at the end of the video. And this is the one you want. WebSDR at the University of Twente in the Netherlands. Notice the frequency range starts at 0. That's important. It's really important. Sorry, let me go backwards here. This is the one that you want. Even though it's a mini whip, you still can hear these stations. Notice the other ones. Like if you go here to this one in the Netherlands, it starts at basically the 160 band at right at 160 meters. It's just not low enough. This one here will. This is from, unfortunately, Utah. But there you go. It will do long wave. This is what you're looking for, right about 0.125 and up. That'll work for you. But if you're starting it like here, where you're just below the 80 meter band, it's just not going to work. This one here in Russia, I've listened on this one. This one works. You can listen to this one because, again, it starts at the bottom. If you see them start at 0, you're going to be okay. The one in Washington, D.C., I just couldn't hear anything on. I listened as much as I could to a lot of these web SDRs to see which ones would work and pick up long wave signals. Walt was spot on. The one in the Netherlands at the very top is a great one if you want to listen to long wave. Now, some of it's not in English, so you may not quite understand what's going on, but just the fact that you can hear a broadcast, I think is pretty darn cool, because there's not a lot of these stations left anymore, because the amount of power it takes to transmit these ones, oh my gosh, some of these transmitters, they have to run over 100,000 watts just to get the coverage area to work, because again, these are ground waves. They're not going up and refracting down. They've got to travel along the surface of the ground. The good news, if you hear it during the day, you'll hear it at night. So you folks in Europe, hold on to those stations as best you can, because they're just not making any more of them these days. Long wave, great story about things. And Walt, he says here, thanks for sharing the video. Very blessed to have experienced long wave in Europe. I 120% agree with you. It's a gift. If you get a chance to listen to it, because I'd say in 10 more years, we're probably not going to have any more left, and that'd be a crying shame. Walt, thanks for an awesome, truly amazing, great video. Thank you. That was a great video. Now, the rest of the video is on his website. Here's how you find it. YouTube search Longwave Radio Coastal. Perfect. It'll lead you right to his channel, and you'll see the thumbnail. It'll be right there. Listen to the video all the way through. He's got some really good Longwave DX on that. And the best part, that little radio he's got works like a champ. Well, don't get rid of that radio. That's a good DX radio, Walt. A good one. Yeah. And Josh with a really nice comment about Walt here, which I like. Walt's the reason I got a G90. Very good. How about that? Walt, that's some good compliment, right? Makes you feel good. That's pretty good. Thank you for sharing that, and let me share it on the channel. It's such a good one. And let me catch up with comments. Joshua says, I use software-defined radios to make about 90% of my contacts. I can get out okay, but I can hardly ever hear the receptions. Okay, very good. Thanks, Joshua. Bill Myers, thanks for making that video, Walt, and thanks for sharing it. Of course, I love the video. I'm just angry that I couldn't share more of it on the program. I was going to do it in 2 parts, but I thought Walt gave enough to whet your appetite to go to his channel, and I hope you do. Sincerely, I do. Aaron, good old Walt, sharing the resources with all. As always, thanks, Walt. Nice. Look at Walt. That's great. That makes me happy. Thanks for sharing. By the way, Tom, by way of, he's back in the great country of Bahrain. Tom is back in the Middle East. I bet he's happy. It doesn't get cold like that. Like here. Tom, buddy, it's going to be like a feels like temperature on Sunday morning here of 9 degrees in Central Florida. That's crazy. And I wondered about that. Thanks for sharing that, Walt. The Dublin, Ireland station is gone now. But he got it. He got it. And I was like, oh, hey, music. Ooh, popular music. Well, and it's gone already. So it's went dark. And that's what's happening, guys. If you want to listen, then take a listen on the SDRs if you're here in the States or somewhere outside of Europe. But if you're what I would suggest is reach out to the station and thank them for putting it on Longwave, for keeping the broadcast going. Because that way, maybe enough of those little cards come in or little emails come in that the people who have those Longwave stations will keep them on the air. It's such a gift to have them, and we're going to lose them soon if we don't do something about it. Walt, great work. Thank you. Really, really, thank you. And Joshua, you're too kind. Thank you, streamer. I want to feel better, but I'm trying to feel better. Oh, that's very nice. What a nice compliment. Thank you. Should stream more. I want to, and I hope to. I want to feel better, and I will. Yeah. Today's topic question, the radio that got away. What did you like about it? I talked about mine, and I hope I don't make Ray at ICOM mad. I liked my Yaesu 101. I do. I didn't like it more than my 7610 because I kept my 7610. But I liked that radio a lot. And I loved my ICOM 756 Pro 3. What a beautiful radio. Oh my gosh. Let's get quickly the Angry Hams. We've got topic show. We've got Angry Hams and we have trivia. And then we're going to close because I'm going to have to go lay down for a little bit. But first, the Angry Hams to make us, I'm sure, quite happy today.
Well, it's halftime.
It is?
Yeah.
What's the score?
Well, Muppets 6, audience nothing.
Question number 1 of 3. In the old days, radio frequency was described with another term other than hertz. An example, kilohertz, megahertz, etc. Was it described A, henries per minute, B, bytes per second, C, farads per hour, or D, cycles per second? A, B, C, or D? Get the right answer. We'll give you some love. Good luck. Yeah. How was it described in the old days? And Tom in Bulgaria, I'm doing it already, Tom, sorry. In Bahrain, Tom says, many stations lowering power and or shutting down. Radio Romania International just did this to a couple of stations on shortwave and medium wave. That's a crying shame, man. That's a crying shame. It really is. Joshua, first up, he has cycles per second. Look at that. He's got 100% correct. Well done, Joshua. Yeah, that's it. Cycles per second. That's how they did it. And then Aaron came right in with D, and I'm going to say it. I hope I say it right. Elias said D as well, which is great. Bill's got it. And Kjell Jorstad from Norway. Good to have you. Thanks for coming. Everybody around the world got this one correct. Look at that. Kilocycle sounds cooler, Joshua says. We should go back to it. It's probably true. Second question, what well-known movie star also invented spread spectrum communication? Yeah. This is a famous star of the 30s, by the way. Only 100 years ago. A. George C. Scott, should be George C. B. Humphrey Bogart. C. Hedy Lamarr. D. Burt Lancaster. I'm throwing you a softball. A, B, C, or D. Get it right. We'll love you more. Good luck, everyone. Spreads, a lot of people don't like spread spectrum because it uses up so much bandwidth. But it's okay. I mean, it has its purpose in the world too. It really does. And we got Aloysius' first one. Look at this. He pumped right here, and look at this. It was like My comment stream just went bang, 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 bang. Look at this. All of a sudden, everyone around the world with the same answer because it is a softball question. And you know what? We're gonna do it this way because Aloysius, Aloysius. Sorry, I hope I say that right. I'm trying to be respectful. He has C, Hedy Lamarr, and he's 100% correct. How about that? Well done. Yes. And in case you don't know, Hedy Lamarr was a really famous Hollywood actress back in the day. And that's not 6B Pakistan. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. She was famous. She was really famous in Hollywood. She was under contract from MGM. I believe also she did some stuff for Universal. But she was in a lot of movies. And she was kind of like one of the Hollywood starlet in the early days of Hollywood talkies. That was really, really a popular actress. And also licensed ham. Pretty cool stuff. Last question. Of the following choices, what phrase is commonly used to conclude a voice QSO with another ham? Gosh, I'm throwing you another softball. Yes, other things might be said, but choose among the following for the best answer. Boy. A, over and out. C, 73. B, 73. C is closed. And D is CQ. Don't pick D, please. Don't pick D. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. It's like, I know the answer, but it's so stupid. Some of these things. Over and out.
That was a great number.
Okay, sorry. Bill Myers, Wisconsin, first one. Kilo Alpha Golf India, Mike. Thank you, Bill. 73. And Bill, you, with everybody else, you got it right. Well done. Look at around the world. Look at this. There was Bill. Everybody's got B. Thank you for restoring my faith in humanity and not picking something like C or something. I had this vision where people give up, oh, I like D. Let's go for that. That'll be great, D.
Well, I'm all broken up about that man's rights.
No. Oh, man. Anyway, the radio that got away is kind of a neat story because if we think about radio, like we think about things we love, and it could be like an old car, could be something like you had when you were young, but things that we had back in the day are more special to us here in this day, right? If you can, try and get it back. Maybe it's not exactly the same as you remember, but a little bit of it might be enough to make you happy. Never know. Find one. You know, mine was a 7300. That was my first radio. And I had people telling me, oh, no. Buy a cheaper radio, get a better antenna. And I said, nope, I'm going to do it this way because I know it's going to be better and everything will be great.
Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
Yeah. I just should have listened. The antenna comes first. And I will tell you with all due respect, that shiny radio in the box that you can get at your local radio outlet is a really neat radio and you're going to love it, but it's going to suck if you don't have a good antenna. That's the honest truth. Just get a great antenna. Spend your money up front. Buy a used radio. Ask for somebody to give you a radio. Plead for somebody in a corner to give you money for a radio, but don't put your money into the radio. Put it into the antenna outside. Because if you do that, that radio, even though it might be old and have dust on it, is going to make brilliant calls. And you're going to love doing ham radio. That's the answer, man. It just works every time, man. It just works. Tom in Bulgaria. Tom in Bahrain. Tom, you need to stay in one place for a little while, okay?
On with the show.
Jeez. No, I'm just kidding. Larry's brain's it's broken right now. Oh, well. Radio that got away. ICOM 7200. Just the simplicity and the ruggedness. That's an interesting radio because you could use them outside. That was a neat radio because it was more weatherproofed. And it was good to be able to go, like, if you're on, like, the expeditions or if you're going to go Parks on the Air. Great radio for that because it is a very weatherproof type radio compared to, like, the stuff that's out today. It's a good one. Tom, I would never have thought someone would say that radio. Huh. 7200. That's a neat radio, man. Boy, I thought, well, okay, this will be fairly simple. We'll get a few out there. And I know Tom wants the 101D, so he wants to get that before he retires. He'd like to get that. Or maybe his retirement gift, who knows? But, he wants to. It'd be fun. I think it'd be great. Whatever radio you want, right? Get the antenna up first. Use a cheap radio. Make calls around the world. And then get yourself the radio you want. You'll always have time. It'll always work out. If you'd like to get an amateur radio and join us and have fun, just get your antenna first. Please contact the local radio club. But if you don't know who the club is and you're not sure where to find them, just reach out to someone like the Radio Society of Great Britain. They're really good people. And they will help you get licensed because they know where local ham radio club is to you. Just reach out at www.rsgb.org. Let them know you want your license and where in the world you live. They'll send back to you that local to you amateur radio club. You contact that club. Tell them you want to get your ham license. Boy, they're going to be friends. They're going to love you, and they're going to want to help you get licensed. www.rsgb.org. Great club. Man, it's a great organization. Well, folks, no show tomorrow. I hope to be back Monday. And by that point, I hope I'll feel much better as well, which will be great because I do feel like 90% better, but still my voice sounds like crud. But it's great to spend this time with you, and I'm so glad you came along for the ride, even though the show is a bit of a rough one. Wow, 670th show. Oh, no, I can't believe that. My name's Larry Dio. My call sign in ham radio is Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you wherever you may be. I'll see you again on Monday, hopefully. Until then, goodbye, everybody.
Cause I'm my fingers and thumbs, so get your guns off my papa-dums, yeah, well go ahead and punk a wall and make 'em my day. Two tasty flavors will blow you away. They rattle and roll all over your tongue, so get your guns off my papa-dums.
Channel 3 wishes you and your family a Happy New Year. This is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of KYW-TV3. Our studios are located in downtown Philadelphia on Independence Mall East at Market Street. Our transmitting facilities are located at Umbria Street near Domino Lane in Philadelphia. KYW-TV is owned and operated by Westinghouse Broadcasting Incorporated. Our programs may not be used for any purpose except exhibition at the time of the broadcast on receivers of the type ordinarily used for home reception in places where no admission, cover, or mechanical operating charges are made. And now, our national anthem.
That's all, folks.